Previously on The Final Pitch, Pantheon Holdings entrepreneur picks get up close and personal with their potential investor, Brian Polia Manzares.
I'm very happy to work with you moving forward in the future, and I really do hope that you guys work with each other to build successful businesses. Cheers to you guys, your companies, and the future. Cheers.
This week, we put the spotlight on our next three investor judges, Henry Aguda of Go Digital Pilipinas and Union Digital Bank, and ambassadors to the Philippines, Law Bofis of the UK, and Ilan Flus of Israel. My name is John Aguilar, and I'm a serial entrepreneur based in Manila, Philippines. I've gathered a formidable cast of business and industry leaders on the lookout to fund and support the country's rising entrepreneurs. Henry Aguda, convener of Go Digital Pilipinas and president and CEO of Union Digital Bank. Rico Bautista, president and CEO of Etica Philippines. Brian Polia Manzares, president of Pantheon Holdings. Robert Scott, Vice President Hotel Operations of Okada, Manila. And ambassadors to the Philippines, Ilan Flus of Israel and Law Bofis of the United Kingdom. Many will try, but only a few will make it to the final pitch. Law Bofis, the esteemed UK ambassador to the Philippines, is a seasoned diplomat with a wealth of experience in international relations and a deep commitment to fostering bilateral ties between our two nations. Aside from advocating for the interests of the British in the Philippines, she aims to encourage investments, collaboration in various sectors, and more.
So I expect to stay here 4 years, but over the last 8 or so years, I've done 2.5 years in 3 different places. So I've done 2.5 years in Rwanda, then Nigeria, then Jordan, and now in the Philippines. And I must say, I'm really happy to be here for a longer period of time than just 2.5 years. I applied for the job, so I obviously, by virtue of applying, really wanted it, and I'd done my homework.
Natututo akong mag-Pilipino bago ako lumipat sa Pilipinas noong 2021. Importante ito sa akin para magpahayag ng aking respeto sa bansa at sa mga mamamayan nito.
But in terms of what I found out, I mean, there's no way to describe just quite how kind and welcoming and lovely the people are. You hear it, but you just think, oh yes, people say that about most people. And actually, it's true. I've never seen people that are so warm and welcoming and fun. And so that's been a wonderful, wonderful discovery. I'm the first woman ambassador to the Philippines, and part of me is like, well, that's way overdue, to be honest. And I like to be seen as being effective for what I do, irrespective of whether I'm a woman or a man. But I also recognize that being a woman and doing this job, it can serve as a role model to younger women, and that's fantastic.
We're looking at trade opportunities, and the focus that we have is on infrastructure, particularly sustainable infrastructure. And we're looking at transport as well, because that's where a big chunk of the expertise of UK companies lie. We are also looking at AFP modernization programs, so defense and security, and where there are best practices to be shared.
I do feel incredibly privileged to be working here in the Philippines for a ton of reasons, but one of them is precisely because our relationship is growing. We've got so much in common between the UK and the Philippines in terms of our values, of our outlook on international issues, but also our commitment to issues like climate change and environmental management and nature-based solutions. But there's so much that we can do together because actually we're looking in the same direction and we share our passion. So our team is growing, we're doing more and more work. The breadth of our initiatives is really, really growing, which is exciting.
2 projects I would like to highlight between the UK and the Philippines. The first is around our partnerships on research and science through our Newton AgHam Fund. That has set up partnerships between UK institutions and Philippines institutions across multiple sectors. It's coming to the end of its first phase, and we're very much looking forward to the next phase of scientific and research partnerships. Another area of collaboration I'd like to highlight is the British investment partnerships to mobilize private finance behind sustainable infrastructure, because there's so much potential here, and it's using UK expertise, it's using the depth of UK capital markets to bring that here and to empower Philippine companies to really grow and expand and set the country up for growth over the coming decades.
So tech is a really exciting case in point of where we're growing. We have a $1 trillion tech industry, 145 tech unicorns. Our tech companies want to partner with innovative, visionary, dynamic tech entrepreneurs and tech companies across the world and in the Philippines in general. This is a perfect example where I see the talent and innovation in the UK matching the talent and innovation in the Philippines. So my job partly as an ambassador to create those bridges and make those people come together and to convene these conversations. When I was invited to come on the final pitch as a judge, I was incredibly excited from the outset. It was so obvious to me this was a big opportunity for us as the UK Embassy to show your public a lot more about the UK, as well as identify great talent, which is win-win for both of our countries.
What we're looking for are advisors and mentors that could guide us through our aim for growth, but most especially foreign partners.
Julius was perhaps one of the more easy choices for our team, and the reason is, A, he was really interested in the international aspect and working with markets outside the Philippines, and B, there's such a natural fit between what he wants to do and our tech ecosystem in the UK. In the UK, we've got everything from accelerators to finance, through our VC, through our angel capital, to mentorship opportunities. So I think we can support him, we can encourage him, we can help him refine his model. Maybe needs a little bit of refining, but I think it's got legs, and we can help him, make those legs marathon legs and really, really successful once it's out.
So by this application, we can also encourage and help out the inactive nurses to join the workforce and actively practice their profession again.
So Seth of NARS was a little bit different. Our team decided to go with her because we thought that we could help her really develop that offer to be very successful. We feel there's definitely a need here in the Philippines for more nurses that can come and support clients in their homes for different types of work. And we know that we've done a lot of work in this issue in the digital health space in the UK, and we've got a lot of tools and know-how. I think her ambition could be very, very big if the model was right and if she was well supported with mentorship and examples of what's worked elsewhere. And we thought we could help her on that journey. It's been great fun. I've found it much more energizing, inspiring, and fun than I had dreamed of. But also my fellow judges, I thought they were brilliant. It was really great learning from them and listening to them. And the variety of entrepreneurs, which was really exciting because you had to use different parts of your brain and your experience to be able to lean in and really add value to their thoughts. It's been an amazing journey, and I'm very grateful for the opportunity.
Up next,
Please welcome, this is an Israeli breakfast.
It's good to have you here.
It's always been really very honoring for us to be able to share about food and farming.
There's a lot of collaborations that we can do together.
I think something's cooking and it's not just the breakfast, I think.
Yeah.
We're gonna get somewhere come the finale.
Breakfast is healthy.
Right.
Breakfast is healthy.
So we are headed now to the spa. We are being escorted by our butler.
Have a wonderful evening.
Thank you, you too. Okay, thank you.
The things that makes us really special is our people.
Thank you so much.
The unique combination of Japanese hospitality combined with the warm Filipino service provides a very, very unique experience that our guests can't get anywhere else.
Oh, thank you. So you know what I like best about this? It's the experience of the service of the people here. I think it's the anticipation of what you need and going beyond the level of service that normally we just take for granted. That's one of the best things about staying here in Okada, Manila. As the Israeli ambassador to the Philippines, Ilan Flus is on a mission to foster closer ties and promote collaboration between Israel and the Philippines in the areas of innovation and technology. With Israel's reputation as a global hub of innovation and the startup capital of the world, Ambassador Flus aims to leverage Israel's expertise and share it with the Philippines to drive economic growth and technological advancements.
Coming here as an ambassador, I have a vision, and that's what I call creating bridges of innovation and technology between Israel and the Philippines. My role as ambassador is getting our countries and our societies closer in any possible venue and opportunity. Israel is a global hub of innovation. We develop a lot of technologies, a lot of solutions, but usually they are targeting the US and European markets. I believe that the Philippines, with the challenges, and as I said, with the energy and the vibe here, there is so much that Israeli technologies and innovation can do in the Philippines. So what I'm trying to do is to connect between innovation and this kind of thinking in Israel to the Philippine community, to the challenges here, and to innovators here to see how we can work together to address the challenges of the Philippines, and there are plenty. And that leads me to the challenge. One of the challenges which I see in the Philippines is in the agricultural sector. Smart agriculture, which is a different concept than subsistence farming, as we see here today. And we can see the issue, the challenges of importation, of not enough local production. I believe there are a lot of opportunities to bring over the Israeli, not only technologies, but it's different thinking and it's different practices that can yield amazing results. And with some of the actually initial partnerships we were able to introduce here, we can already see results. For me, technology is the key word because technology brings with it change, brings progress, moves us to the next stage, to the future, and technology is a solution for so many challenges. The issue here is to develop the right technology for the local challenges. So this is my second posting. I'm a diplomat in Balikbayan. I served in the Philippines from 1995 to 1998 as a deputy ambassador, a young diplomat with a very young family. So I was quite busy with the children. Those days we did travel around 7,107 islands, and we made sure to see at least some of them. Being in the Philippines now, I had more opportunities to compensate and to be able to do more. I always had a dream to my diving certificate, and I tried to dive whenever I had a free time, and there are amazing destinations in the Philippines. So, I believe that as ambassador, I need to touch the Philippine society. It's also an opportunity as a foreigner to live in a different society. So I believe in touching people. But when you go running together or you go diving together, it breaks all these barriers, and you really see the people behind. Morning, running in UP Diliman. The Israeli Embassy has joined the final pitch to show that there are so many opportunities, that innovation is so important, and of course to create more bridges between our two countries. So I'm looking for this innovation, for this extra new thinking. I'm looking to companies who will do good for the Philippines, that they can really bring a change.
My name is Jeremy, and I'm from Meta Farms. We're the first digital farm in the world.
Bringing together gaming and farming made me so interested. If gaming is so popular and farming is such a challenge, so maybe these two things together can really bring a solution to the farming sector in the Philippines.
Our goal is to connect all essential creators and bridge them to the global market.
We talked before about the Filipinos being artistic and being the different fabrics from the different regions, and then getting them together onto a platform where Philippine artists can sell their products globally. And also, I have to say, it was something which came out of, I think, real passion and interest to change. It is okay to fail. You have to learn from failure, but you can move on. So, and as a society, we encourage it. We don't encourage failure, but we encourage try and innovate, try and change, try and do things better, all the time better. Hey, welcome, John.
Ambassador,
Welcome to my residence, the House of Israel.
The House of Israel. You know, you've always hosted great dinners. We've had great conversations here. And I am just so happy to now bring in your picks for the final pitch.
Happy to have them here.
Isis from Likaan.
Good morning, Ambassador.
Good morning.
It's nice to see you again.
Welcome to my residence.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
And Jeremy from Metafarms.
Morning, Jeremy. Welcome to my house.
Good morning,
Welcome.
Ambassador.
Good luck.
Yes.
Yeah, great.
Thank you for
Great
picking
to have
us.
you. So please, let's move in and we can start maybe with an Israeli breakfast.
Please welcome. This is an Israeli breakfast in the ambassador residence.
We're excited.
Looks delicious. Yeah.
So please join.
Thank you for preparing it.
Okay, so this one with us is Esti, going to be my actually deputy in almost 2 months' time.
The female empowerment for the final pitch is my wife and partner, Monica. So,
welcome, Monica. As usual, great to have you here once again.
And my wife, Cindy, also Cinderella. That's her real name. Farming cannot happen without the better half. Yeah, princess. Actually doing the tilling of the... No, I'm kidding.
Welcome, welcome. Good to have you here. So, bon appetit, you know, help yourselves. So maybe Isis, I want to understand better your startup, sort of the innovation side of it.
Thank you for choosing Likaan and saying yes to our mission. We're super aligned with you in terms of bridging innovations of the country. Our goal is to build an ecosystem of all creators in the Philippines, primarily the artists. So right now, we have a website. That's what we can afford at the moment. So our goal is to really come up with proof of concept. More than the creations of the different artists, how can we humanize e-commerce genuinely?
Yeah, you're bringing like the human dimension to it. It's not just the piece of art itself, but it's the story behind it and the story behind the artist. And you're also connecting the different parts of the market. It's not only the artists, it's suppliers, sort of the designers. So everybody is there together.
Yes, there's a lot of collaborations that we can do together, like collaborative events. We can showcase Israel and then vice versa, the Philippine products in your country. I think in terms of building the bridge, in terms of innovations, that's where we can come in also.
I think something's cooking and it's not just the breakfast, I think.
Yeah.
We're gonna get somewhere come the finale.
Breakfast is helping. Breakfast is helping.
What was interesting during our discovery in farming and agriculture, livestock in the Philippines was there's no one united platform or data that you can really say extract out from. We're big in data because I'm a tech guy per se, but we literally went to the farms with my local partners, bought the farmland, and then start growing livestock ourselves.
On the farming side, actually, it sounds not simple, but quite upfront, basically. You invest to improve the infrastructure, you invest in the people, you make them loyal, they see the benefits of what they are doing, you're investing back into them.
That's right.
So you're creating also a real relationship and loyalty.
That's right.
And productivity goes up because practices are better. In a way, for me, that's great, and that's one of the things that this country needs, because that's what you call, that's modern commercial farming.
Yeah, correct.
Sort of, which is fantastic, and I think it should grow. Thank you very much, and I hope you also enjoyed the taste of Israel in the Philippines.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Up next. So today you'll get to spend time with Henry and his team.
The reason why we love partnering with people, it opens up a new level of creativity.
Henry Aguda's expertise in digital transformation and his deep understanding of the banking industry have made him a sought-after thought leader and advisor. His leadership roles at Go Digital Pilipinas and Union Digital Bank reflect his passion for driving digital transformation, nurturing talent, and creating opportunities for growth.
We are an agile movement that drives inclusive and fast
digitalization in the Philippines?
Go Digital Pilipinas movement is a cross-industry, multi-sectoral movement consisting of the big industry organization that aligns with the advocacy of the government to digitize as much as possible the service in government and to increase the number of people connected to the internet in the Philippines. We have a set of aspirations. We call them PACES. We call them PACES of GDP. P for policy and advocacy. So we have a group of economists and legal folks that put together and craft suggested legislation and policies for government. A is what we call access. We want to connect as many Filipinos to the digital highway. So we work closely with all the telecoms companies and government to make sure that we have affordable, efficient, and effective internet connectivity. C, which is capability. We work with government agencies and private sector to have that matching between digital skill sets and digital training. E is entrepreneurship. That's why I love being here in the final pitch because it encourages entrepreneurship. We need to stimulate and create more startups in the Philippines because that would be the industries of the future. And S, cybersecurity. So security is very critical because the more you're connected out there, the more you're open to the threat of cybersecurity. So those are what we call PACES of GDP. In fact, we call GDP, Go Digital Pilipinas, as GDP for better GDP.
It's going to be very empowering for the LGUs to be part of this movement, and that is really the goal. So it's really to empower all these leaders as well, leaders in their own rights, to drive the digitalization in their respective areas. That is something that is not far off into the future, but will be happening this year. But all we need to ensure is that the people that we will be enjoining in this initiative will also be very open to be part of this movement and also make a long-term commitment for their constituents.
Union Digital is one of the 6 digital banks in the Philippines, and we're the new kid on the block. So we started operating July of last year. We've recently launched our Union Digital app last March 31, and we now have close to around 400,000 lending customers. Our main mandate is to provide financial assistance and lending to the base of the pyramid. So those are our key customers. We pride ourselves of having the best time deposit rate. And easiest, actually. We pride ourselves of being very efficient in onboarding loans and servicing them. We joined the final pitch because everything that I do in my several pursuits align with the mission of the final pitch. It also aligns with our advocacy with the private sector initiative, where we need to increase entrepreneurship in the digital space. We want companies whose founders want to change the game. Not just to disrupt, but be able to solve problems that are meaningful, that affects lives, that improves lives. Those are the companies that I'm looking for.
My name is Al Villarica. My strategy is basically to get through Web3 adoption one financial institution at a time.
We chose C3Q because I was particularly impressed with the founder. He has a long track record of technology innovation, and his experience will help him really drive this new startup of his.
I'm Julius, CEO of JLabs, and we help startups save on tech staffing costs by providing offshore tech teams so they can focus on what truly matters, growing their business.
We chose JLabs because the business model is a proven business model. They need a break, and I think we can provide that break for them. And second, they need scale. If we work together and are able to deliver some success, we would be able to provide that same scale. And I like the Cinderella story, and I like how Julius keeps trying to enter the final pitch. It shows grit, which is something I really believe in. If you have a dream, pursue it. It's not enough that you have a great idea. You have to get the message out there. And, just keep at it. And who knows, we might bump into each other and we figure out something that we can do together. Hey, John. Henry. welcome to Union Bank Plaza. Nice to have you here.
Great to be here. We're back here once again. Before we were here for UBX.
Oh, yes.
Now we're back this time for Union Digital.
Thank you very much.
So, Henry, you chose 2 companies to join you on the final pitch. So I'd like to call them in right now. So from J Labs, we have Julius and Reg.
Hi, John. Hi, Sir Henry.
Hey, Julius. Welcome. Hey, Reg. Welcome.
And from C3Q, we have Dr. Al.
Hey, Doc Al. Welcome here.
So today you'll get to spend time with Henry and his team.
Well, we prepared a short lunch for us. This is the Union Bank Plaza 48th floor bar. You know, enjoy the view. While having lunch, I'll tour you around.
Lead the way.
All right. Investor team, let me introduce you to our potential partners. Doc Al, he's the founder and CEO of C3Q. Bit of a trivia, I had the pleasure of working with him in my previous life in the telco. So he knows telco in and out. And now he's a metaverse, blockchain, crypto startup entrepreneur. Doc Al.
We're working on layer on blockchain, which has scanning technology to do things for compliance. We're thinking that we could use this for finance institutions as the basis for some of your products. So if you could build the layer 1 blockchain that we have into your products, then that's one way that you can expand the use of blockchain without hopefully the people knowing or caring that they're using the technology. Because we think that we can have the basis for our chain is really so that you don't need to know that you're part of the blockchain, but we can still do all the compliance that's being required by, let's say, the BSP. So partnership, those kinds of things are kind of what we're looking for.
From a partnership standpoint, the reason why we love partnering with people, especially if their vision is aligned with us, it opens up a new level of creativity. We also push the envelope in terms of innovation. That's why we're active with all the sandbox initiatives of BSP. So perfect yung intentions on how we partner. And our 2 friends here are from J Labs. So Julius is the CEO and founder of J Labs. And when he was talking about his story during the final pitch, I suddenly realized he's the young version of Don Gamboa and Yusek David Almirol. So I said, you are onto something here. We expect great things for them. I guess not just here in the Philippines, but also overseas.
Yeah, so for us, we are fortunate to survive and reach profitability, even with our blunders. So what we're looking for is basically a company or someone that could help us grow what we have, or partner that could help open business opportunities for us on that aspect.
I think you're at the stage where you are about to scale. So we want to catch you at the point where you're just about to scale, like so many others that came before you. Okay, guys, that was a great lunch, but dessert. So if you talk about dessert in the Philippines, diba, halo-halo. But we made it extra special. So it's ube halo-halo. So you guys naman know that Union Bank is the orange company. So it's orange juice. Union Digital, on the other hand, it's the purple jam. And ube in Union Digital is spelled with an H. Ube. That's how you do it. Ube.
Henry?
Hey, John. Hi.
I'm sure you had a great lunch
Yes.
discussion with the entrepreneurs over here. And I hope that your team was able to get a lot of value from this conversation, because you will help Henry decide on what you will be offering during the finale. So with that, I guess there's nothing left to say but to say ube.
1, 2, 3, ube!
Next time on The Final Pitch. Hello, entrepreneurs. Welcome to your final pitch.
What I'm very excited with is the possibility of helping you expand in the Thai and Indonesian markets.
We will offer you $500,000 for a multi-year engagement to work with us.
Totally blacked out. Oh my God.
Do you want to take 10 minutes?
Yeah? You wanna?
I'm blocking out.
You're blacking out. Okay.